All right, I made it. It is Friday night. I am live, as I've been doing now for, although not terribly in a wobbly way as I am right now, but as I've been doing since August of 2016. So, yay, glad you're here with me. Glad I am here with you. Today's video is going to be about arriving to that place of groundedness that allows you, or in this case me, to do something like go live to the world on video. I was having a discussion earlier this week with my mastermind group about what does it take? What does it take to be able to go on camera, to do a live video, to be able to be in that space of openness and of groundedness, and of giving, really, to be able to interact with others and basically to be here and do what it is that I'm doing. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because part of the discussion was, well, what do you do when you're maybe not having a great day? How do you go live? What is it that you do to get yourself to that place of feeling like, okay, even though I've got my personal life going on, even though I've got my work life going on, even though the world seems chaotic all around me, I can still focus my attention and I can still arrive to the place of being able to accomplish a goal. In my case, it's being here live in front of you. And yeah. And so I wanted to share with you what it is that I do, because I think that this is an important discussion. It's an important concept for a lot of people, especially if you feel like you're stressed out, especially if you feel like you've had a rough day, especially if you even are feeling a little bit hopeless at times, or feeling very taxed, if you're feeling stressed. And you know, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's kind of all around me. If you're, you know, in a big city, you can feel that going on all around you. If you're tuning into the media at all, social media or direct media, you know, on television, or, you know, you can feel that going on around you. That's the word that's coming up for me, is chaos. And yet, we've got our lives to live. And yet, we still have our own responsibilities. We still have our own commitments, and it takes some practice to be able to pull yourself together and get into that place of being able to perform. So in my case, like I said, that's about being here on video. And even though I talk about positivity, even though I talk about the importance of gratitude, you know, these things that feel like they're part of my core values, and that's why I talk about them so much, because I really want for others to find that light within themselves. And what I also want to put across is that just because I talk about these things, just because I teach about the importance of these things, and just because I have the desire that more people in our communities would do that, pull themselves into a positive space, let's say, before choosing to react to someone that they're interacting with. It doesn't mean that I have perfect days. It doesn't, you know, I have my own life experiences that sometimes it feels like I'm constantly needing to assess what's going on within me, what's going on in my surroundings every single moment. So that's what's called being aware. That's really important to me, to do my best to be aware. And I want to encourage you to see the importance in that and to practice being aware. Be aware of what's going on inside. So what's your mental game? Be aware of how you are communicating with others. Be aware of what others are doing around you. And then do your best to find a way of interacting that is a peaceful way. Doesn't mean one that's not asking for what you want or standing up for yourself, but it doesn't have to translate into war. It doesn't have to translate into conflict. And we see that happening across the globe. I talk about not getting sucked into social media or into the news that's out there. I talk about not getting sucked into that and allowing that to rule your life. And I am aware of what goes on in the world. So I allow the information to come in to a certain extent. And then when it starts to feel bad, then I pay attention to that. And I choose to close off that stream of information and sit with it and send blessings outwards to everyone who's involved, and then get centered and grounded, and then move forward with my own life and with the way that I interact with others around me. So it's a process, and I think you're hearing me say, I hope you're hearing me say, thank you, Tia. I hope you're hearing me say that I'm not perfect, because I don't claim to be. I feel like I'm always asking myself, okay, what's the right thing to do? What's the right thing to say? And even if I might feel like, bah, I want something to go my way and it's not going my way. Okay, then what do I do? Because I can't do that. That's not appropriate in many circumstances to lash out. You know how that feels bad. Other people have probably done it to you. People have done it to me. And you have to kind of rise above. You just have to take a breath and then decide, okay, this other person or these people are having issue, or they're having this certain way of behaving, and I choose to not engage on that level. It doesn't mean that I'm invalidating how they're feeling or what the situation is. I just choose to respond instead of react. So that all goes into how I can show up on camera with you the way I am this evening. Because I didn't want to go on camera, and that's why I was so late. In fact, I was wishing I had all sorts of other makeup to put on my face and thinking, oh, I wish it were really sunny outside so I could have a good excuse to wear sunglasses, because I want to hide and I don't want to be here. Well, I didn't. And something shifted. So, I have people that I talk to who are helpful to me. And I wish that for you. I wish that for everybody, that you have a confidant, that you have someone who's a mentor, or someone who's a counselor, or a good friend, or a sibling, anybody, a coworker, somebody that you feel like you can express what you're going through with, and without dumping on them. And a lot of times just that process of sharing what you're going through just allows the energy to pass, allows the intensity to pass. And what happened this evening is I went through that and I just thought, holy cow, how am I gonna get on camera tonight? It's Friday night, what am I gonna do? And I just thought, well, nobody's forcing me to go on live. Nobody's, this is my own commitment that I've made, and I can choose to not. And I kind of thought, all right, I won't. And then I thought, well, what am I going to say to my people about not showing up? And I asked myself that question, and then I went, all right, well, you got to have a message to send. You got to have a message. What's the message in this? And the thought was, like my friend Steven this week in that discussion that I was telling you about with my mastermind, was like, it would be really important to share with people how it is that you overcome that state of being where you're feeling like, I can't do this. I can't move forward. I'm not going to go on camera, or, who knows? It might be, I'm not going to go to the grocery store. No, I'm not going to go to work. I can't go to school. Whatever your life circumstance is, how do you get to that place of being able to move forward, to take that step, one step at a time, to get yourself to that space? And what happened to me tonight was that I had decided, I was like, I'm not going to go on live. No one's forcing me to do that. It's okay if I don't. I went through that questioning. Well, what But then there's that accountability. What am I going to tell people? What? And that's all me, you know, that's just me. Am I being concerned about my image? Probably. Am I concerned about my track record? I think so. I think that there's a sense of pride that I've been able to do this every single week. No matter where in the country I am, no matter how I'm feeling, I've been able to do it every Friday. Then that was like, okay, it started to help me take me kind of over a hump a little bit. And the bottom line is that every single time I believe that there's a message that I'm supposed to share, and if only one person hears it who needs to hear it, then I've served. Then that's great. And someone's going to watch this replay and go, oh, I'm not the only one. Or someone's going to find this video on YouTube just because they're searching for that next step that they can take, because they feel stuck or they feel like they can't do something, they can't move forward. And then they're going to see this message and they're going to feel better. Because look, here I am, and I don't look half bad, right? You probably can't tell what I'm talking about. And that would be great. Thanks for that thumbs up. So, you know, for me, it took talking to somebody, kind of unloading a bit, going through the emotions that I had, having a little bit of a snack. Yeah, I had bananas left in my lunch, so I had some bananas. Nuts are good. You know, get some protein in your system if you've got, you know, and something that's not too sugary. And fortunately, my bananas were not very ripe. There's a little less sugar there. Hey, Jamie. Oh, you're awesome. Ripples, you look and are great. Thank you. Yeah, Jamie's in my mastermind, and I messaged them before I got online. I'm like, all right, because we were talking about what does it take to get yourself to that point of being able to go on live, and I'm like, I think I'm going to test out that idea on my video tonight. So I'm glad you're here, Jamie. Yeah, and then the next step that I was talking about that I wanted to get to is that bit about groundedness. So, you know, so I mentioned about eating something that helped recharge me, and I got into that frame of mind, that mental state of I've got something to give. And so when we think about serving someone else, like helping somebody, then it helps pick us up, because it pulls us out of our own inner difficulties. I like to use the word drama sometimes, because sometimes that's what it is. You know, sometimes it's not really real. Sometimes it's just voices going on in our head. Sometimes it's just stories that we're telling ourselves. And like me just going, oh, I'm going to look like a mess. I better wear sunglasses or something. And then Jamie's like, you look great, which is a very kind thing to say. But, you know, it sometimes feels worse on the inside than what it actually is. Than how others are perceiving you. So that's kind of my process, you know, it's almost like a checklist. It's like, have I had enough water? Am I hydrated? Have I eaten lately? Maybe I need to have that snack. And then can I take some deep breaths and remind myself of what my purpose is? And can I pay attention to where my energy is? And can I move it to a different place? Thanks, Donna. She says I'm looking good. So I think that's it for now. I hope that that's served you, that's helped you out. And thanks for comments, and please continue to comment. And if you feel like somebody can be served by watching this video and hanging out with us here on Friday nights, then please share this video, invite them to like my page, and to check the following box on Facebook and be select to be notified for all videos. Because if you don't do that, you might be holding your phone or staring at your computer screen and going, I liked her page, and she said she's going to be live now. Where is it? You have to click on to be selected to be notified for all videos, and then it'll pop up in your notifications. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel or share that link to others out there, and that's how you can find out more. So I love you guys. I'm super glad that you are here with me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.